stats, looking at weddings, which is our focus right here. 2009, there were 2,152,000 weddings. What portion of that did you get in your shop? Hopefully you got at least 5% of that. If you look at the number of weddings that are divided across the country, decide what portion you want to go for, and then use that as your goal. This is what I would like my shop to get to. But remember, be careful what you wish for. When I started my shop in 2000 in Hilton Head, our goal was to be doing 40 or 50 weddings within 5 years. At the 3-year mark, we did 197 weddings a year. We wanted to double our sales in a 5-year goal. That was our business plan. At the end of 3 years, we went from doing 250,000 in sales to 1.2 million in sales. So I know personally you can do it if you put forth the education and put forth the effort. It is a lot of work, and it's a lot of work to maintain that. So that's why I say be careful what you wish for, because all of a sudden you can find yourself there, and now what am I going to do? And then wouldn't that be a great place to be in? Number of guests, average guests at a wedding are about 149. These are all stats that we pull. I'm not going to go over all of them, but some of the most important ones that we looked at was the number of bridesmaids and groomsmen are 5 on each side, which is about half of what it used to be 10 to 12 years ago. So they are starting to make changes with weddings. Brides are doing about 95% of couples are doing some of their research and ordering of their wedding online. So if you do not have a website and you want to build your business, you're going to have to look to the internet to be able to do that. Today's market has changed dramatically compared to what it used to be. Looking at some of these photographs, how about the bride and groom underwater? That does happen. In the air, in a balloon, on top of a building, in a graveyard. You name it, they can bring it to you, because finally weddings have changed from what has to be. When I was in the business, started 27 years ago, here's a list of what a wedding is. You can change the colors, but you didn't change much else. You did it just like that. Now it's more personalized. It's about what is the bride and groom's taste. What do they like? What do they want to see? They're doing a lot of destination weddings so that they can have even more control of that. So if you're not in an area that you feel is a destination wedding area, how do you get to the next closest city that might be? Don't forget to look at those as you're going through and deciding on where you're going to serve and what you're going to do. Trends in color. Color for weddings really set the pace for so much. They'll use that to decide what venue they're going to be at, to decide what the table linens are going to be at. If you're not looking at the entire picture, because that's what your bride is going to come in prepared to look at, you want to know what is going to be around everything where your flowers will be. What do I have to do? If it's a body flower, if it's corsage or boutonniere, what's going to be underneath it? What color is the dress going to be? What color the tux is going to be? Excuse me. Are they going to wear a jacket? A lot of times we'll plan for a boutonniere and then you get there and they've got shirts on and no jackets. Now what are you going to do? So being thoughtful about the questions you ask are very important. Find out everything. What is the table linen going to look like? What are the colors of the walls, the carpet, the ceiling? How about when you show up to those venues at the hotels and the carpet is wilder than drugs were in the 70s? Now what am I going to do with these pink flowers in this room that's got purple carpet or purple drapes? So be sure and think about that when you're doing your consultation and asking those questions. For 2011, well, actually for 2010, we saw colors start to be toned down. 2009 was very bright. When we came to 2010, Pantone decided that the color for the year, or the color that they set, was turquoise or aqua. It was blue. A very strange shade of blue that we have no flowers in. We have very little product, in fact. when it comes to accessories, and I happen to be the co-chair for membership for AIFD, and we decided to use the Pantone color of the year, turquoise, and we were able to find about 10 accessories that were in that color. So we had to build